Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Mike the Muppet Modeler here, and before we get going I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my subscribers, new and existing. Without you guys this channel wouldn't be worth doing, and I wouldn't be sat here talking to a camera. So thank you very much. And as we've reached just over 1800 subscribers, I'd like to thank you all again, because that's absolutely amazing. 18 times more than I ever expected or thought I'd get to, so that's great. As you can see, we've got the B-17 on the bench, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this enamel track wash with a soft brush. I'm not going to have a lot on it, but all I'm going to do is just run it along this, just to create a wood grain effect, and to darken this up a bit. And it'll give it that sort of look, which I think is looks quite smart. Actually, I had my reservations. I didn't know whether to give it a go or not, but I quite like that. Just letting the brush do its thing, really. And just go along the front. A little bit more along there. Make it look a little bit like footprints as well. Cool. Just looks like so. Could even give it a bash on the doors. It looks like that. And it looks decent enough. I had a lovely comment on a video from a while ago from somebody, George, I think it was, who asked if I could again show some of the painting. and suggested that what I do is I film it, take the sound off. I'm not sure. He said about playing music over the top, but I'm not too sure about that with my level of ability. Whether I could do that and find something that hasn't that won't get me into trouble with copyright or anything. But I can do it with the sound off, and maybe I could just voice over the top. Might give that a bash. I think when you're building and airbrushing an aircraft like this, it's going to be quite a size. So do you really want to be watching me airbrush this beast? It's got a bit of might need a little bit of filling, I think, when it goes together. Clamping and filling. But we can get that. But I'm pleased with that wood effect. That's I'm surprised. That's pretty good. I like that. So the next thing. Was it this side? No, we did that, didn't we? Yes, we did. We did that. Next bit is fitting the machine gun to both sides. So but before I do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush a bit of detail onto it. I know now that if the weather's good tomorrow, I am going to want to get back in the shed. Once I get started and once I get going, I'll find that I want to keep going. Just give it a little bit of oomph, like. And I've got silver paint all over my fingers. And this should go into there like so. So what we'll do, we'll have a little bit of glue. Right, put it on the underneath of the hole. And on top. And I'm going to have the machine guns poking out because they're getting ready to go on a mission. So I want them poking out like so. Well, when I actually get it there, that is. Be excellent when it gets there. That's the way. Then we do have a few other bits and pieces to put into place. I don't know, I could probably put a little dollop of glue right in under there. Stick it there like so. There we have this little beastie. Go into there. Go there like so. And we have a box. I think it's an ammunition box. Sit on there. Does it go closer? Yeah, I think it goes closer. From what the instructions say. So I go there. Up to there. And then once that's stuck properly, I think what I will do is the same treatment using the track wash on that box. There it is. Just to darken it. And have the wood grain go in different directions. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That looks not bad at all. Kind of how I would want it, or how I would expect it, should I say. So that's good. Now, there is a window that I could put in. So I'm going to cut that off, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put it inside. So it's there, but it's just been slid forward to open up. So I'm going to find that part and then I'll be back. Right guys, that's how I want it. That's how I'm going to have it. Whether that's correct or not, I'm not worried, because as you may know, when I do a build, I build it for me. Let's put a little drop of glue in each corner. Hopefully that will hold that. Then put that clear part in already. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I really am. Really pleased. Give that a nice clear coat inside once all dry, and that'll be awesome. Right, so basically we've done that. If you're doing a different version, you can put a different window in and cut away bits and whatever. It's compin linkated. Then the next bit is fitting the internal parts. So I'll move that out of the way, because we have to try. I'll be moving that. Fit the Bombay and everything in. So You might have to excuse me a sec because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this on camera. Get this into position, that is. Goes there, we'll go, should go in there, and that one has a tab which goes into as you guys will know, not everything goes according to plan sometimes. So that goes there. Ooh. That slots into there, that slots into there. This slots into there. That goes into there, that goes into there. And this goes forward and into there like so. That's how it goes. Maybe I should have put the machine gun in after. What I could do is grab a bit of tape, pass it through there, tape it over there, and maybe, just maybe, hold that there, like so. Or maybe I may have to use super glue. Sorry guys if I'm going out of shot, just trying to have about 20 pairs of hands. It's in a good place, spot on for alignment. Everywhere. I'm really quite pleased with that. I've just got to glue a bit, push it together, wait for it to stick. Tape's no good, doesn't want to stick. It's a bit better. Another bit on there, that should hold that. That is lovely. Just need to try and do that somehow. Maybe a drop of super glue in there would be a treat. Would work a treat, should I say. Right, and while I'm holding this, I'll put you on pause, guys, because obviously you don't want to be sat there watching me holding a bit of plastic. Right then, guys, everything's in place. I'm pleased with that, how that's gone. So the next part is to do the tail wheel bay and another flooring section, and it also says about doing the co-pilot's entry door, but I'm leaving that off because I want to have that open anyway at the end, so I'm not going to glue that in place just yet anyway. So there you go, a bit of a shorter one today. Keep it short, keep it sweet, hopefully, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.